This is an overview of the root cause analysis method as taught by ARMS Reliability. With this information, an individual can participate in an event-based investigation and find effective solutions to prevent reoccurrence of problems. It was a normal working day. Everything was running smoothly. And then the event happened. We thought we had this one fixed. How much will it cost this time? Normal operations stopped. How can we stop this from happening? Event-based problems occur every day in a workplace. What is an event-based problem? An unplanned or unintended event that caused or had the potential to cause injury, illness, and/or a threat to enterprise viability. Likewise, is an unplanned sequence of events resulting in an undesirable outcome. All organizations share this challenge. Problems occur. Major problems can impact company goals. Minor problems can add up and become major problems. Today's crisis is tomorrow's old news, and there's never enough time or resources to solve problems. Problems are resource drains. Organizations spend significant resources to solve problems. They may be safety-related, budget deviations, product rework or scrap, customer dissatisfaction, or missed project delivery dates. So what are your pain points? So here's the rub. In spite of effort spent to eliminate problems, problems happen again and again and again and again. Why? Why can't we solve problems? There are many barriers to finding effective solutions to problems. While there are many reasons, the most common ones are listed here. It starts by not having a clear idea of the problem to be solved. This leads to individuals arguing over whose solution is right when they do not agree on the problem to be solved. Spending effort to place information into predefined categories is counterproductive because each person can define the categories differently. Also, categorization does not help us to understand the causes and effects of an event. Too often, we stop asking why too soon in an investigation. This prevents us from having a deeper understanding of what happened and why. Placing blame assumes someone intentionally did something wrong. At the same time, the person blamed for the event is spending effort to deflect blame somewhere else. This effort is counterproductive and is not helping us to prevent the problem from occurring again. Valuable insight into the event is lost when we do not include information from everyone that is familiar with the event. If we know how to solve the problem because of past experience, why does the problem keep happening? Stories often focus on human actions and are usually void of causes and supporting evidence. Not understanding how causes connect together limits our ability to understand what happened and why. A dualistic strategy means two solutions are in conflict with each other. They are the result of conflicting goals for solving a problem. An example of an emotional response is someone saying, "No facts or logic will change my opinion on the event." Assuming others see the world exactly the same as we do leads to conflict. It becomes apparent when someone says, "Why don't you see this my way?" Everyone sees the world from their unique perspective. So let's look at an injured employee event to see some of the barriers to effective problem solving and how effective problem solving works. In this example, an employee was injured while using a power tool. He was cut on the face, needed medical attention, and will be off work for a number of days. Thankfully, he will fully recover. The question started off normal enough. Well, what happened? How can we prevent it from happening again? Why did it happen? While the questions may start with gathering facts and information on the event, too often the questions shift towards finding fault. The assumption is that human error was the root cause. The solutions are focused on reprimands and retraining. Instead of this approach, we want to know what the person was thinking and experiencing at the time of the event that led them to the decisions they made. So here is what typically happens in a problem-solving exercise. The conversation starts with the readily known information. In this case, they realized the employee had a lost time accident while using a power tool to cut metal. The employee was working outside of his normal duties, and the employee said he knew how to use the power tool. People then define the problem as they see it and then propose solutions. Unfortunately, each person defines the problem differently. This leads to arguments over what is the right solution. One group felt that employees should not be allowed to work outside their normal areas. Others felt that employees had to be trained in power tools before they're allowed to use them. The group did not agree on the problem, and therefore their solutions did not match. So here's a riddle. What do you call proposing a solution to a problem without understanding what caused the problem? It's called a guess. Organizations guess a lot when it comes to solving problems. So what does effective problem solving look like? It starts by realizing each of us sees the world from our unique perspective. Therefore, we need to listen carefully and respect what others are saying. Do not filter or judge. We need to have a clear understanding of the problem we wish to solve. A common reality is an evidence-based cause and effect chart that explains why the event occurred. Solutions are based on the known cause and effect relationships, and solutions are selected that will prevent the problem from reoccurring. Here are the steps for a proper investigation. First, secure the incident scene. Second, select the investigation team. Third, plan the investigation. Fourth, collect the facts supported by evidence. And fifth, establish a timeline. Note here that the investigation does not have to determine the root causes for the event, but is focused on collecting factual information for a root cause analysis. Root cause analysis starts with a problem definition and draws upon information gathered during the investigation. The what is called the primary effect. It is what we want to keep from reoccurring and is the point where we begin asking why the event occurred. The when is a date and time of the event. It can also include information that may be important to the timing, such as during a shift change, weather conditions, etc. The where is a specific location. The relationship of the location to adjoining areas may be of importance too. The significance explains the actual or potential impact the event had on the organization. This gives the team direction on how much effort they should invest in the root cause analysis and what solutions would be justified. Once the event problem is defined, the team will start to ask why and uncover the causes for the event. Information gathered during the investigation will provide much of the needed information. For this investigation, they discovered the employee was not using personal protective equipment, the wrong power tool was being used for the job, the power tool and its cutting attachment were incompatible, the power tool's guard had been removed, the power tool's instructions were not in the employee's native language, the employee was self-trained on the power tool, and there was no supervision provided for the work. The causes and effects that resulted in the primary effect are captured in a cause and effect chart. On the left is the primary effect, what we want to eliminate. By asking why the primary effect occurred, we determine that the employee injury was caused by a person using a grinder without a safety guard and without wearing personal protective equipment. The grinder kicked back and caused the injury. Likewise, the chart explains why the grinder kicked back, etc. Some causes are excluded from this example for clarity. Once the cause and effect chart is completed, the team will review each cause one by one and ask what could be done to change, control, or eliminate the cause. This is a brainstorming exercise where all ideas are captured without explanation or justification. After the brainstorming step, the team will review the possible solutions and determine which of them would prevent the problem from recurring, are within their control to implement, are in line with the goals and objectives of the organization, and do not cause other problems. Solutions that meet these criteria are acceptable solutions. From this shorter list of acceptable solutions, the team will select the solutions they recommend be implemented. All solutions to be implemented need an owner and due date. These solutions should be entered into a tracking system to ensure they are implemented. There should be a follow-up process to verify the solutions were effective in preventing recurrence of the problem. The follow-up also provides positive feedback to the organization that their efforts are eliminating problems. To have a truly effective root cause analysis program requires some upfront effort. This needs to be in place before events occur. Need to have a formal investigation and RCA program, train personnel in their roles and responsibilities, define when a formal investigation and RCA is required, have a go-to bag for securing an incident scene and for gathering evidence. Thank you for taking time to view this presentation. To learn more about root cause analysis and how ARMS Reliability can help you to implement and/or improve your root cause analysis program, please contact ARMS Reliability.